The Harvard MBA Career Choice essay is: please reflect on how your choices have influenced your career path and aspirations. This is a 300-word essay. The Harvard MBA Career Choice essay can be answered with a realistic framework. The realistic framework is a framework where R stands for realistic, I for investigative, A for artistic, S for social, E for enterprising, and C for conventional. So, what is realistic? The realistic group works with systems and operations that need scale, or they are ambitious in their goal setting. They are perfect for a managerial role in international operations. Because they are systemized in their thinking, the Harvard MBA would be an opportunity to expand their cross functional learning in finance and technology. This group typically has several stories of thriving in a team or leading a team. If you fall under this group, highlight the motivation of your career choice around three factors: complex systems, leadership, and scale. Realistic professions are any professions where the person enjoys working outdoors and with their hands, either with tools or machines. They need to work on real, visceral objects to find meaning in their career. So these are your engineering candidates, mechanical, oil and gas, or even sports persons or military. So all these applicants fall under the realistic applicant pool. I stands for investigative. Finance, science, math, and technology majors fit into this group where the person is energized by working alone on a problem. Collaboration with peers is pursued to fasten reaching the solution or to acquire knowledge. It's a means to an end and not the primary motivation for teamwork. Because the investigative group is naturally driven by the problem and not by the team. For the Harvard MBA Career Choice essay, you have to find examples of team collaboration and collective problem solving. Your ideas might have driven the solution, but also demonstrate an awareness of the strategic objective of the solution. A lot of Harvard MBA Career Choice essays bring beneficiaries into the narrative. Let's say you are a private equity candidate. The career choice motivation could also be phrased around the kind of beneficiaries you want to serve through portfolio companies. The third, or A, stands for artistic. Another group that thrives alone are artistic people who like to maximize their imagination to work with both ideas and real visceral objects. They are an intersection of realistic and investigative groups in terms of working in a team, but in thinking, their motivations are unique. The artistic group cuts across professions. You could be a finance person who stretches the imagination with creative deal making strategies, or in designing financial products or derivatives. I'm often surprised by the kind of extracurricular, consulting, and finance candidates mentioned in their Harvard MBA applications. There is definitely a creative urge that is often tapped into in startups or in organizations that value unique thinking. Mention them as motivations for any recent career pivot. Now, the S stands for social, a stereotype for women applicants working in nonprofits, marketing, and on ground development work as part of the government. This group thrives at helping the community. So, if your day job falls under the realistic or investigative group, a social activity will raise your RESEC score. The challenge that the social group faces is that they'll be intensely scrutinized for their quantitative skills. It is important that your GMAT or GRE score are on par with the class. If you have an exceptional career path because of your social skills, mention the motivation of why working on ground with a nonprofit, working with large teams, or working on human problems energizes you. GMAT or GRE scores below the class median by 10 or 20 points are accommodated provided your GPA is close to 3.8. The Harvard class profile trends clearly show an upswing in GPA scores over the past 3 years. Now, what is E? E stands for enterprising. Perhaps the most valuable group that Harvard Business School is unlikely to find in high volume are entrepreneurs, as they tend not to apply to full-time MBA programs or drop out after joining the program. The closest alternative is enterprising applicants who have demonstrated unique leadership skills in starting a new initiative in the organization, like taking a process, system, or initiative to its maximum potential and thrive working with people and data. An enterprising applicant is a mix of investigative and social group. But one factor you must consider is that Harvard, like Stanford, has close to 20% starting a business. If you are starting a venture after a traditional career, your career choice essay must be all about why you're starting a venture, and why you plan to continue building it. Focus on the value of professional networks when sharing your career choices. Because a traditional entrepreneur will rely on the VC community in the Bay Area, your choice of a Harvard MBA should be closely tied to the network and the ecosystem the school offers. The last group is the conventional group. So, this group is the least favorable for Harvard. Jobs in traditional accounting and careers fall under conventional. So, if you're working for the government, if you're in accounting, or if you are in a traditional role with typical career progression, then you fall under conventional applicant pool. The extracurricular and volunteering should be among the best for conventional applicants to change the admission person's perspective. The career choice essay should also be strategically phrased to avoid building on the first impression. Check out FNG Math's Harvard MBA Essay Guide, where I have shown how to write the Harvard MBA career choice essays and other essays with essay examples. So download it from store.fngmat.com/Harvard-MBA-essay-guide. If you need my help in editing, including the Harvard MBA Career Choice Essay, subscribe to FNG Math's essay editing service at store.fngmat.com/essay-editing. If you have any questions about FNG Math's consulting and editing services, reach out to me, Atul Jose, at editor@fngmat.com.